Hello student, my name is Nimish Prabhakar. I am Assistant Professor at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in Instrumentation and Control Department. Welcome to Process Control lecture series. In this lecture, I revise chapter number 1. So, main important topic of chapter number 1 is the basic introduction of process control, then classification of variables, and last one and important topic is servo and regulatory control. So, we start with the process control. So, first of all, question is what is process control? Process control is an engineering discipline that deals with architecture, mechanism and algorithm for maintaining the output of specific process within desired range. So, this is the important definition of process control. So, this is the definition of process control. Now, what is the objective of chemical plant? So, the plant overall objective is to convert certain raw material into desired products using available source of energy in the most economical way. So, this is the main objective of any chemical plant. So, now we understand by using one graph. So, this is one plant, and in this plant we give as a input as a raw material and we get product as a output. So, any plant, the objective is to convert raw material into product. So, as we give in a raw material, like this is a plant of the manufacturing of the water bottle. So, in the raw material we give the different type of chemical that make the water bottle. So, we give different material and at the last we get the water bottle. So, this is the objective of any process control. Now, to meet this objective we need to meet some requirement. So, in the in the exam also one question is what are the different requirement of any chemical plant. So, this type of question can occur. So, now we discuss about the different requirement. So, first one requirement is safety, then production specification, then environmental regulation, then operational constraint, then economics. So, first we start with the requirement. So, first requirement is the safety. Safety of personnel and equipment is of foremost concern. Operating temperature, pressure, flow rate, etc. should not be allowed to exceed allowable limits. So, this is the first requirement, safety. Now, this is the one reactor. So, this reactor maximum operation or the maximum capacity of this reactor is 100 psig pressure. So, for a safety purpose the controller must maintain the pressure below the 100 psig level. So, this is the first one requirement is the safety. So, we should have a control system that will maintain the pressure below 100 psig value. So, this is the first requirement. Now, second one is the production specification. So, a plant should produce the desired quantity without compromising with the desired quality. So, this is the second one requirement. So, this is the we can understand by help of this pressure cooker example. So, pressure cooker is the desired quality output. We know the output is the produced by the pressure cooker. So, to this maintain the quantity, so without compromising with the desired quality. Now, third one is the environmental regulation. So, the plant influence in the form of solid, liquid or gases should not exceed the limit decided by the federal and the state law. Influence should not cause air, water or soil pollution. The amount of SO2 that a plant injects to the atmosphere, this is the one example of the environment regulation. That means the amount of SO2 that inject in the atmosphere must be regulated. Then second one, also the quality of water returned to a river or lake must be maintained. So these are the environmental regulation. So now we discuss about the operational constraint. So the various type of the equipments used in a chemical plant have constraint inherent to their operation. Such constraints should be satisfied throughout the operation of the plant. So that means we can understand by help of this example. Like in this example, our aim is to maintain the liquid height in this tank. So if the flow is more, then tank will be overflow. So our constraint must be maintained. So this is the example we can understand. Now this is the second one example. Now last one is the economics requirement. The plant must operate at the optimum level. What means optimum level? That means minimum operating cost and maximum profit. So this is the aim of any organization. It should be economical in utilization of material, manpower, energy and capital. Now we discuss about the variable. So first, simple definition of variable is: a variable is something that can vary or change, like temperature, pressure, flow rate or current. So these are the example of the variables. Now we discuss the classification of variables. This is the most important question. So first one classification is based on the input variable, and second one is the output variable. Input variable is further classified in two categories. First one is the manipulator variable and second one is the disturbance variables. And output variable has a type measured output variable and unmeasured output variable. So now we start with the input variables. Input variable denote the effect of the surrounding on the chemical process. So this is the definition of input variable. Now output variable. Output variable denote the effect of the process on the surrounding. So this is the definition of the output variable. Now we discuss about the type of input variable. So first one is the manipulator variable. Input variable are called manipulator variable if their value can be adjusted freely by the human operator or a control mechanism. Disturbance variable. Input variable are called disturbance variable if their value are not the return of adjustment by an operator or a control system. Now then type of the output variable. So first one is the measure output variable. So the output variable are called measure variables if their value are known by the directly measuring them. And unmeasured variable is the output variable are called unmeasured variable if they are not or cannot be measured directly. And And another type of variables is the control variable. Control variable is the one that must be kept constant for a fair test. Reference or set point. So the desired condition of the control variable is called reference or set point. Now we understand variable by help of one example. So this is the liquid tank. Here Fi indicate the input steam flow rate, same as F0 is indicate the output steam flow rate. H is indicate the height of liquid in the tank, and A is indicate the cross-sectional area of the tank. So our objective is here to maintain the liquid height in the tank at its desired value HD. So here our control variable is what? Control variable is of course H, because here our aim is to maintain the liquid height in the tank. So the objective is to H is equals to HD, that means desired value of height. Control variable is H, input variable is the Fi, same as output variable is the F0. Now we make the pair of the control and manipulator variable. So here control variable is the H, and the manipulator variable is the Fi and F0, because we can maintain the liquid height by varying the value of the Fi and F0. Same as disturbance also create due to the changes of the flow rate of the Fi and F0. So at the same time also the disturbance variable is the Fi and the F0. Now servo and regulatory control. So the objective of control system is one of the following: elimination of disturbance. So this is the first one objective, and that can be controlled by using a regulatory control. And second one objective is the making the control variable flow the changes in the set point. That can be done by using a servo control. So first we understand the regulatory control. In this case, deviation of the output from the set point is minimized in the case of changing circumstances by adjusting the input to the system. Controlling the temperature in the room is the best example of the regulatory control. Now we consider we have to regulate the temperature inside the room, and our set point is the 25 degrees centigrade. Now due to the some variation, temperature increase and it goes to the 27 degree. Now here the deviation is the 2 degree. So by controlling action, that means we start the compressor and we control the this deviation. So this type of control is known as the regulatory control. Now second one is the servo control. In this case, the aim is to get the control to follow a desired trajectory specified by the input. Like example of this servo control system is the tracking of missile and aircraft and guiding the direction of the space. Now to understand this, we take one example. Like we have to launch one missiles from LJIT to Shivranjani crossroad, and that missile must follow this path. That means first this missile goes to the YMC crossroad, then Prahlad Nagar crossroad, and then last it goes to the Shivranjani crossroad via ISKCON. So here this is the trajectory path defined by the input, and our aim is to this missile must be follow this path. So this type of control system is known as the servo control system. So this is the revision lecture of the chapter number 1.